After the judgment, the presidential candidate of the PDP responded to Abubakar and said he's ready to lead the charge of the opposition against the APC. He called on the NNPP government in Kano and other opposition party, the Labour Party in Abia, to join hands with him. Are you threatened? Is your party threatened?
I do not know. I cannot speak for the opposition party. I can only speak for APC.
And what I'm saying, do you feel threatened by his
I can only tell you that the events of the last few days have also re-engineered a sense of optimism on the part of Nigerians that this government is a listening government, that this government is a government that hearkens to the views of Nigerians. I mean, it could have happened before now that when the general public felt that a certain functionary of government was acting in a different manner, that the listening government would say, okay, you know what, we are not guilty, but you should step aside to enable an unfettered investigation on those quote-unquote allegations against the person. And that's what this government represents. You have also seen a lot of actions that have been taking place in the last few weeks. It gives a sense of hope to Nigerians that yet, if we continue to walk in this trade and in this path, that APC may also become unassailable in the next few years, a year or two from now, leading to the next election. So I think that for me, we'll continue to ensure and hope that the opposition party will rise up to the occasion to give a formidable, constructive engagement to our political party. But it is theirs to provide those opposition, but it's also theirs for APC to continue to take the lead. As to whether we are threatened, of course, I mean, in any political dispensation, you would like to know and understand what the other party is doing, so that you can also be way ahead of them in the engagement of the Nigerian public. I think that in the next few months, Nigerians will begin to see that this government is working very hard in their own interests. And of course, we'll continue to give the government the support that they require to deliver the dividend of democracy to the people of Nigeria. As to his charge, we wish him good luck. We knew about 2-3 months ago such call was made, and the Labour Party said they are not in any position to undertake such unholy engagement. They would rather ask PDP to join hands with them than join hands with PDP. And we saw a similar statement that was also made by NPP. So I do not think that this will be different the response to this request will not be different to the response that the opposition party gave to PDP.
Body?
Mine has to do with the party management. You have been one of the longest serving NWC member. You have served under the 1 or 2, 3 national chairman. What is your assessment of the current Ganduje administration? And can you let us know, election will be coming up this year in your home state. Can you let us know what's the plan of the ruling All Progressive Congress to win this state?
I think it's important for me to say that I've only been in NWC for less than 1 year, exactly 1 year, going to 2 years, right? It will be 2 years in 2 years in April that I joined the National Working Committee. But thank you, maybe because of my effectiveness, I appear to be, and because I'm a friend of the media, so one appears to be as old as Methuselah. But it's very important that you made that point. So I've only served under the regime of Ablai Adam, and now I've also served. They all come with their strength. Again, they all worked in the interest and for the interest of the party, to position the party in the mind of Nigeria and as a strong platform on the basis of which people can aspire in all the available elected positions to run and have the possibility of winning. When it was thought that a Muslim ticket was not attractive, APC embraced it and Nigerians embraced it and voted for the party, and the party won. The charge and the challenge now is to deliver the dividend of democracy to the people of Nigeria. His Excellency Abdullahi Adamu have also come with his own individual attitude and attribute to the leadership of the party. He's more open. He's a grassroots politician. He has an Ganduje. He has an open door policy, and he would like to meet anybody so long as it's a discussion around how do you institutionalize democracy within the rank and file of the structures of APC. It's yet early days. It's less than 7-8 months in the leadership of the party, and I agree with you. There will be an election, not just Anambra next year, but there will be an election in the next 6 to 7 months, particularly in Edo State and Ondo State. And after that will be the off-season election in Anambra State. And the party is working hard to see and ensure that, as a minimum, we win the 2 states that is available this year. And everything is being done, one, to ensure that we have a credible primaries that will throw up our gubernatorial candidate in both elections, whether it's in Edo State and its Ondo State. What these have also taught us is that unless you have a candidate that appeals to the people, then you would not be able to find that appeal that would attract the electorate to vote for that candidate in the ultimate election. It is easy to win a primaries because you can conjecture some platform on the basis of which a favored candidate can emerge, but thereafter, that candidate will now have to face the electorate. So as a principle, the NWC of the party have come to that conclusion that we must allow a free, fair, transparent primaries to throw up the candidate of the parties in the 2 elections in question. And I'm happy that, of course, you may have read the recently released schedule of election timetable for Edo State that the primaries will hold in February. And we're holding a stakeholders meeting with all the gladiators, the stakeholders, the critical stakeholders in Edo State on Monday at 8 p.m. And I'm sure you'll be informed of that meeting, where the party will address the stakeholders and inform the stakeholders of the need and the necessity to have a free and fair election, so that a proper candidate and a candidate that is appealing will emerge at our Congress. So it's yet to be seen, but if what we are thinking and the way we are working is anything to go by, I think that APC will win the 2 elections coming up this year. Notwithstanding that inflation has gone up in the country, notwithstanding that the value of the naira had depreciated in the last few months, the same charge we're charging today was the same charge we charged in 2022 when we held primaries in all the available seats in Nigeria, whether it's House of Assembly, whether it's House of Representatives, the senatorial elections, gubernatorial elections, and presidential elections. We did not add 1 kobo more on the charges. So it's not a trend. Is remaining faithful to the fact that we understand that we are living in challenging and very difficult times, and therefore to cultivate the candidates that would be popular and fly the flag of the party, we need to show understanding in such a way that it does not unduly exercise a burden on them to be able to buy a form, whether it's expression of interest form or the nomination form. But also bear in mind something that was also remarkable, which even the opposition party are yet to emulate. Our youths and our women, ultimately, the forms were made available to them literally for free. And having said that, also bear in mind in the political space that we operate, is politics is all about money. It's all about expenses, and if you need to be in it, you should be able to, as a minimum, be able to have the form, buy the form, which already indicates your interest, but more importantly, also be in a position to also canvass your ideas and ideology and your philosophy before the electorate. All of this costs money, but the APC have shown greater understanding, more than any other political party in Nigeria, that they did not add one kobo on top of the fee that was charged in 2022 primaries.
Okay, sorry, what the last question? So ahead of the 2025 Anambra State governorship election, some of the aspirants who are willing to contest, they are saying that the party is likely to cede its ticket to a new entrant, Senator Anambra. Can you clarify this?
A decision must be made very clearly, and I believe that it must be understood. Anambra State have not taken a decision who the flag bearer of the party would be. Anambra State will not be different from every other state where the gladiators will be given an opportunity to compete in a free, fair, transparent atmosphere, whether it's a current member of the party or a new entrant in the party. There will be a primary election. What is important and what is constant in the mind of the party members in Anambra State is the fact that we want to win the election in the forthcoming election in Anambra State. That is uppermost in the mind of the Anambra APC member. And we're working towards that, and we're working harder to achieve that, and we'll find that candidate that will help us to win that election. Nothing had been decided, nothing will be micromanaged, nobody had been identified as the candidate of the party ahead of time. There will be a primary, and the candidate that will arrive as on the basis of that will be a candidate that will enjoy the support of the rank and file of members of the party in Anambra State.
Tribune.
You just asked my question. So is APGA's incumbency factor in Anambra State not a threat to the APC?
We do have an incumbency factor at the federal level, and like I said again, when we do find a candidate that is appealing across board, across all the tendencies in the state, religious divide, the gender sensitivity across the zones in the state, that have an appeal within the state, and then backed up by the formidable machinery of APC, which is an irresistible political party that is beginning now to attract the who and who of politics in Anambra State. It will become a ticket that will be appealing and irresistible, and will be in a position to turn the apple cart in Anambra State.